We're in the Stratford Eltham Rugby and Sports Club rooms, and I'm joined by Rawiri Mako, who has been awarded a Citizens Award 2024. Congratulations, Rawiri.
Thank you.
Surprise for you when you got your outcome?
Embarrassed.
Embarrassed?
That was my first thought, I was really embarrassed.
Okay, well, you shouldn't be. You should be excited and elated at the fact that people have chosen to recognise the work that you've done for our community. And we're going to have a bit of a chat about that now, and this is going to be a talk about all things rugby, I guess. So firstly, if you just want to perhaps tell us a little bit about where you went to school, and then on to the beginning of your rugby playing days.
Okay, so my family moved here, or my whānau moved here 1973, and I went to high school, Stratford High School, which I thought was a place that you went to play rugby and eat your lunch. That's basically what I did at high school. So 4 years at Stratford High School.
You're a first 15 player?
First 15,
yep.
Went to Australia with the first 15. Had a Tony Rogers and a guy called Bob Wilson were the coaches.
Yes, I remember them.
And great grounding into rugby.
After leaving school, moved on to play your first club footy for Stratford Club.
Stratford, 1978. Started here with the Colts.
Right.
And then the next season I made the senior team, yeah.
Relatively short time at Stratford.
Short time, yeah.
And then you transferred to Eltham.
Yeah. Well, I was actually working at the works there then, and had a lot of mates there, so it wasn't a hard transition. It wasn't a done thing in those days. You know, you never left your club, but yeah.
But it worked out all right for you, because you ended up playing a really long, for a long period for Eltham in the senior rugby.
Yeah, it did, and we had a really good team in the end.
Yeah, you did. You won a few championships in that era. There was, what, about 10 or 12 years you played, but how many championships?
2 championships, went to 6 finals, won 2 championships.
Yeah, very, very good. And I remember you were an integral part of the success of those teams all through. You know, you were great. How many senior games did you end up playing, Ra?
Oh, there's a bit of a debate, so it's around about 250. It might be 240, 250.
Oh, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Round it off, eh? 250 senior teams. I mean, games. I mean, that's fantastic in its own right. And you did progress up to rep level. You had a bit of a stint there with the Taranaki squad. Yeah,
was in it for a wee while, off and on. So most of the time spent on the bench. So. They used to have great lunches those days, you know.
Worthwhile going for.
Yeah.
And then after your rugby career, playing career sort of came to an end, you started to get involved in coaching.
Finished playing in 1992 and coached the Eltham B team 1993. And then the next year got the senior team.
All right. And you coached them for quite a number of years.
Yeah, up to 2001.
Yep.
And then went back 2008 and took them. Yeah.
So along the way there, you've had a coaching career that I know spans around 30 years now, but you've had some great little excursions along the way, and I noticed in your profile that we've provided with, you had a period coaching the Sri Lankan Sevens.
Yeah.
How did that come about, and what did those guys look like?
It came about, Kieran Crowley, they had offered the job to Kieran Crowley, and, you know, for whatever reason, he decided that he wasn't going to do it. So I did ask him if it was okay if I had a go, and he said, go for your life. So I ended up going to Colombo I was there for 7 weeks, Sri Lankan Sevens. They had you know, the heaviest bloke we had was 86 kilos, I think.
Rigging wet.
And we played against England. I think the lightest bloke they had was about 90 kilos. So,
right. So you played at the Hong Kong Sevens?
Yeah, it took them to Hong Kong Sevens. A great experience.
Yeah, for sure.
I really enjoyed it.
Yep.
Before I left, I wouldn't eat rice.
Yep.
And then came home, and after we'd been home about 2 months, I suppose, and the kids were saying, "Oh, it's not rice for tea again, is it?" So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was either a matter of eating it or starving.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I know another little variation was with you had a period there coaching women's netball here in Stratford.
Yep.
Were the skills between rugby coaching and netball coaching transferable?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're just looking for space to get the ball too. So it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I always call them a really brainy team. They had a whole lot of girls, and they all had degrees. And when we picked the team, they looked at me and thinking, "Gee, goes, we're stuck with this bloke." It was really good. They turned out really good. We ended up in the final the first year, and the semi-final the second year. So
So obviously successful there, and the skills did transfer. I know that one of the things that I think is most remarkable about your sporting career is the involvement you had with the merger of Stratford and Eltham clubs back in 2016. I mean, that was no mean feat, and many people put that down to the fact that you had enough mana to carry that within both clubs. Did you have a view on that?
Yeah, we'd been trying for a wee while, and 3 years previous we had a couple of cracks, both clubs, and for whatever reason it didn't work out. And probably John Dasley is the biggest driver there, so he rang me to see if I would coach here, and my question to John was, "Will you merge with our club?" And he said straight off the bat, I don't know if he asked anyone, he said, "Yep."
Okay.
So it wasn't formalised until 2017, but the Stratford Rugby Club were really good in that they allowed us to put our monogram on their jersey that first year, and I thought it went a long way to making the transition really easy for us.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know how difficult it's been for many, many years to try and get that over the line, so, you know, that's a fantastic effort for the role you played there. And I guess we're running a little short on time now, so we probably need to just move on to the last little thing I wanted to ask you about specifically was the club rugby finals, which we are filming this 3 days before, or 4 days before. So Stratford and Southern, we got a winner there?
Oh, it'll be us. Stratford Eltham will win it.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to hear, of course.
Yeah.
And when we show this video in a couple of weeks' time, we'll be able to know whether your prediction was true or not.
Yeah, no, that's. Well, I had the job this week, so we got brand new balls and to play with this weekend just gone. So I tell them you got to scrub the balls and get the film off them. So otherwise they're too slippery. So I get that job. So I took them home. I wrote a 2024 winners just in the Gilbert sign. You can't hardly see it.
And it's already there?
Yeah, it's there. That's my prediction anyway.
That's going to be a great little secret that will be revealed a couple of weeks' time. Yeah. As I say, we've got to the end of our time, but I just want to acknowledge the fact that not only did you have a great playing career, but you've had a fantastic coaching career through the both clubs and then through into the merger stuff and beyond. And what we see now is largely the legacy of your contribution. I think that's fantastic. It makes you thoroughly deserving of a Citizens Award. So my heartiest congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
No trouble.